What is up, guys? Grand Slam Ham here, and I thought we'd do a fun video today. Today we're going to be looking at players that are famous for playing for a specific team, but were actually drafted by another team. Some of these players you might know were drafted by a different team, and some of them might come as a surprise to you. It's always fun to see why a team traded a player and what they got for in return. So without further ado, let's play ball. The first player we're going to look at today is Trea Turner. Trea Turner is considered by many people to be one of the best shortstops in all of baseball. Trea Turner is most well known for playing with the Nationals, winning a World Series with them, but also has played with the Dodgers and is currently playing for the Phillies. These are names he is known for, but where did he come from? Trea Turner was drafted on June 5th, 2014 by the San Diego Padres. He was actually their first round pick, 13th overall. The San Diego Padres traded him later in a three-team trade between the Washington Nationals and the Tampa Bay Rays. Many of the names that came out of that trade have amounted to really nothing. The big name that the Padres got was Wil Myers, who was a big part of that team for many years, but never reached the heights of Trea Turner. Trea Turner, on the other hand, would go on to win a World Series with the Washington Nationals, have a good run with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and now are on a juggernaut of a team with the Philadelphia Phillies. Again, not many people knew this, but Trea Turner was a Padre. Next, let's talk about one of the more well-known veterans of the game, in Anthony Rizzo. Everyone knows Anthony Rizzo is currently a New York Yankee, but he is most well known for his time with the World Series Cubs and his tenure with them. However, do you know that Anthony Rizzo was actually drafted as a Boston Red Sox? He was drafted on June 7, 2007 by the Boston Red Sox in the 6th round. However, he was traded 3 years later by the Boston Red Sox for Ray Fuentes and Casey Kelly. In return, they got Adrian Gonzalez. Again, Agon, great first baseman, but Rizzo in that time frame has been significantly better. We all know that his tenure with the Padres did not last, and he would also be traded eventually to the Cubs. The Cubs would go on to win a World Series with Rizzo, and he would set his name in the history book. So, Anthony Rizzo, the first baseman for the New York Yankees, most well known for his time with the Cubs, could have been a Red Sox and won 2 World Series instead of 1. But I think that one with the Cubs meant a little more. The next player we're going to look at is one of the better pitchers in all of MLB, and that is Max Fried. Max Fried was drafted on June 4th, 2012 by the San Diego Padres in the first round, 7th overall. He signed with the Padres just a few weeks later. However, he was not a Padre for long and never actually played a major league game with them, always in the minors. He would be traded to the Atlanta Braves. In return, the Padres got Aaron Northcraft and Justin Upton. Aaron Northcraft did not have a big impact on the Padres, although Justin Upton, many argue, kind of set the stage for what AJ Preller would do in his later sprees. However, Max Fried has been a much better player in that time. So you might not have known it, but Max Fried was a Padre, and he probably won't be a Brave next year. Now, one of the most fun hitters to watch in all of baseball is Yordan Alvarez. But did you know Yordan Alvarez, the known Houston Astro DH, could have been an LA Dodger? On June 15, 2016, Yordan actually signed with the LA Dodgers as an amateur free agent. However, just a month later, he was traded by the Los Angeles Dodgers to the Houston Astros for Josh Fields. Now, Josh Fields would actually have a decent remainder of time with the Dodgers. He had a low ERA, but they did have to DFA him to make room for other call-ups on the roster. So, while the Dodgers got a DFA pitcher, the Astros got one of the best hitters in all of baseball for years to come. Now, one of the more electric players in all of baseball, and that's Oneil Cruz, the shortstop from Pittsburgh. Most people know Oneil Cruz as the 6'7" shortstop from Pittsburgh who throws cannons to first. However, he could have been the hard-throwing shortstop for the LA Dodgers. On July 2nd, 2015, the LA Dodgers signed Oneil Cruz as a free agent. And 2 years later, without ever playing a major league game, was traded to the Pittsburgh Pirates for Tony Watson. Now, Tony Watson had a really good run with the Dodgers, but it was only half a season. So they got a half a season of a pitcher, whereas the Pittsburgh Pirates got a possible generational talent in Oneil Cruz for years to come. Again, Dodgers and Padres, what are you doing? NL West, work on your trades. Okay, the next player we're going to look at is, in my opinion, the best closer in all of baseball at the moment. He just showed us how dominant he was about a week ago in the All-Star game. That player is Emmanuel Clase. Emmanuel Clase was drafted January 26, 2015 by the San Diego Padres. One thing we know is AJ Preller knows how to scout players. However, not so great at keeping them. Emmanuel Clase was a part of a team trade with the Texas Rangers. The Padres sent over Emmanuel Clase to receive a player known as Brett Nicholas, who didn't play much for the Padres and has retired as of 2019. On the other hand, Emmanuel Clase was traded by the Rangers for Corey Kluber and then has gone on to be one of the most dominant relievers in all of baseball. So, Emmanuel Clase, the Cleveland Guardian, was a San Diego Padre. Imagine him in that bullpen. Dangerous. Next, we're going to look at one of the more dominant pitchers in baseball. He's with a new team this year, the San Diego Padres. We are going to look at Dylan Cease. Most people know Dylan Cease as a White Sox. However, did you know he was actually drafted by the other Chicago team? On June 6th, 2014, Dylan Cease was drafted by the Chicago Cubs in the 6th round of the 2014 amateur draft. He never played a big league game. He was always in the minor leagues. However, he would be traded by the Chicago White Sox with Brian Flett, Matt Rose, and Eloy Jimenez to the Chicago White Sox for Jose Quintana. Pretty good pull on the White Sox end. Yes, we know they're not a great team now, and Eloy has not lived up to the hype, but Dylan Cease is a great player. So, maybe you didn't know, Dylan Cease, the current San Diego Padre, the well-known White Sox pitcher, was actually a Chicago Cub. And for our last name in today's video, this one was the most surprising to me. All the names before I had known played for other teams. This one, I had no idea. We're going to look at Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler, known by most as a Met and a Philly, was drafted June 9th, 2009 by the San Francisco Giants in the first round. He was the 6th overall pick. However, after 2 years of playing with them in the minor league system, he was actually traded to the New York Mets for Carlos Beltran, a future possible Hall of Famer. But his time with the Giants was not as successful as his time with the Mets and many of the other teams he played for. So, Zach Wheeler, one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, in my opinion, a top 5 pitcher when he's right, could have been a part of the San Francisco Giants' historic run, winning 2 World Series. Imagine Lincecum and Wheeler in the same rotation. Dangerous. Okay, that's all the players for today. Hopefully some of them were a surprise to you. Maybe you knew some of them already. Do me a favor, in the comments, write some names I didn't mention. What are some famous players that are still in the league that started with different teams that most people don't know about? Don't forget to like, subscribe, set up notifications. It's really important for me when I try to start up this channel to get the support. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, again, you learned something new.